What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat. And if you watched or listened to this week's podcast, today is January 19th of 2024, then you heard that I YOLO'd Tech Gunther to 6-star finally, because one, he's a great trainer, and two, he is one of my favorite characters, in-ring personalities, that is, in actual WWE. The problem is, I set aside Tech Gunther. I got this 100% gem damage strap for him, which was super exciting. And then I took him 6-star and finally started working on builds after that. And I was unimpressed. The best I was hitting was in like the 3 or 4 million range, when modern characters right now are doing several to many times that, right? And so I aired my frustration on the Champions Chat podcast, told Rusty, even in Rusty's polls video for the premium choice or player's choice loot, he was saying, man, I hope I don't get Gunther based on what Lee said. So obviously I threw out kind of an attack on Gunther. However, after the podcast went live, I had multiple people reach out to me and say, hey, it's a little tricky, but he is really, really good. Let me try and show you how this works. So I want to, in particular, give a huge shout out of thanks to Stride92100 and Phil411690 for reaching out to me and saying, hey, I think you just need to see how this works. And so first off, I want to say a big shout out to Stride. Stride, by the way, is Austrian, as is Gunther. So he reached out, very kindly let me know that I was not using the man from his homeland the way he should be used. And he sent me a video. So you can see up above me here, this is the moveset that Stride uses. It is, on the bottom, your last symphony, deals damage, turns 1 gem into a 2-turn juggernaut gem that will make 15 random silence gems into multiplied gems of strength 15 on every countdown turn, and then at the end increase your green MP by 7, which I didn't use because there's no green MP here, right? No green moves. But then there's the single leg Boston Crab submission, generate 40 random submission gems, deal damage for 4 turns while submission gems are on the board, and remaining turn into silence. So that's how you're getting your multi-gems out there. I got fixated on trying to buff those up, but instead we've got the German suplex, dealing damage, choose 6 gems to make into green gems. Now, on my entourage before, I was trying to make Goldberg work in this because that was what I had heard from other CCs saying, wow, if you have Goldberg, he would be really, really good. Now, let me just note, the CCs who were saying that famously do not have Goldberg, and so they were speculating, right? I was trying it out in a lecture lab environment here, trying to see what would work, and I could not get it to do anything significant. So Stride said, hey, you don't need Goldberg. You don't even need that 100% gem damage strap. All you need is an all heart plate. Here's the trick. I don't have the all heart plate. Famously, I deleted it back when you could do that. That and the boss plate. I had them. I got rid of them. I no longer have them, and I haven't for years. So I can't replicate his moveset that he shows, but he did send me a video. So let me show you what he is doing with his moveset, and we'll watch it together. All right. So he is going to lay down the Juggernaut gems against Santa Hogan here. Put it, yep, that's where I would have done it. And then put out your submission. 4 turns. It's going to wipe Santa Hogan's moves down, which is great. And then we've got enough left over there. So the Juggernaut's going to go off. Yep, and it's going to make those into times 15. Now, here's where he changed his up. Now, if you see on the trainers right up above me here, he has ones that are making green gems. So he is just matching green gems as much as he possibly can. Right? There you go. Bam, connecting all of those. He made some blues, which refilled his move. That was 21 million damage. That is at 5-star bronze. That is pretty darn impressive. So, yeah, I was wrong. I was very wrong. So we also have one more from Phil, but before we show Phil's off, let me show you where I'm at with this, because I do have the entourage that he has, right? So I've got these loaded. He's got Jerry Lawler and Bushwhacker for loading out your blue and red moves. And then he has your Hall of Fame Scott Hall, or as I like to call him, Scott Hall of Fame, for making additional 2 green gems. And then Zombie Ray to make an additional 3 green gems. That's the point of those. I mentioned I do not have the all heart plate. I went ahead and moved this strap back over to Gunther. Secrets be told, I got so upset at Gunther that I moved this immediately onto Zombie Dominic. And by the way, Zombie Dom hits insane with it. Still in the running for best tech in the game. Holy cow. But I went ahead and moved it back over to Gunther. I'm not going to use up my plate currency to move the Badass jacket off of him. That's the closest I have, but obviously that is increasing yellow and black gems, not our green. So I can't quite hit the damage that he was showing. He had all heart. I've got 100% gem damage on there. But last time I tried to use Gunther, I was doing 2 million damage. Can Stride's moveset save Gunther? Let's find out. Okay, just like you saw on Stride's video, we are completely loaded. So I'm going to do exactly what he did. I'm going to put one of these out. I'm going to put it on a loot box, and then I am going to do the submission. Now, let's hope he doesn't break a ton. I can already see where he's going to cascade a few right there. Okay, well, that was the one I thought he'd cascade. Luckily, he didn't break my Juggernaut gem, and I do still have quite a bit of silences on the board, and it doesn't fill up the entire thing. With Goldberg, that might actually do a little bit more. I might play with this with Stride's moveset, but now we are turning 11 gems into green. So theoretically, what I'm trying to do now is match up as many of these as I possibly can, and that one, let's see if I can't make a row break to get the blues. That would make that green. That would make that green. Okay, so last time I tried, 2 million damage. What do we think the damage is on this one? 6 million. So not the 20 million that he showed. So all heart must really make a difference, because I've got 100% gem damage on that. Let me try and see what would happen if I throw Goldberg on here just to see it, and I'm run it one more time. All right, same thing that we just did. The only difference is I've put Goldberg in instead of Scott Hall. So now I'm making 2 Juggernaut gems, but I'm only making 9 green gems. The trade-off that I'm trying to get here is that I'm going to make a lot more of the Silence gems into multis and see if I can't cascade to replace those 2 gems that I'm not getting there. So let's put these out. This could be stupid putting them side by side, but let's see what happens anyway. Do our submission, which, by the way, I haven't been paying attention to the submission damage. Obviously, it's there. Oh, yeah, he could break those, but luckily he didn't. So life is good there. Okay, sweet. So now we make those. Okay, so see, I have a lot more multis out there. I'm not making as many green, and I still don't have all heart. That would be the thing. He clearly said, hey, you need all heart in order to make this good. I don't have all heart, so that's my fatal flaw on this. But look at how much I can make. Oh, it'd be great. Oh, I can get to that one. Look at how much I can make into green. So let me see. This isn't going to get any blue for me, but I'm not really caring if I reload right now. I'm just seeing how much damage. So once again, 2 million was my best attempt on my own. With Stride's help, I've now gotten to 7 million. Let me see if I can do anything beyond that. Yeah, that was still in the 6 to 7 million range. So 7 million for a 6-star bronze. That would be 14 million for a 6 silver. That's not bad by any means, actually. But it's definitely not the 20 million he was showing off on his. So I'm not sure. I think all heart really is the key to that one. So what I need then is something that doesn't require all heart. And that's where Phil comes in, because Phil sent me a different way to look at it that doesn't require the all heart at all. So let me get that set up and I'll show you what it is. All right, so now we're going to take a look at what Phil sent over. You can see his move set up above, which is the green, red, red. And the key to making this work, he said, is the aftershock. And the aftershock plate is very available. So this one maybe is a little bit more accessible. If you have the all heart, you try the other one. And if not, maybe you try this one. So 14 million at 6 silver would be about what I was doing with the Stride moveset. Let's see what the Phil moveset will do. And here's specifically what Phil sent over. He said, here's how you do turn 1. You put out your Juggernaut gems, you use the red move to create greens, specifically a match 3, and then set up a 5 match that you can swipe immediately. So create a 3 match already, and then set up a 5 match. Then turn 2, the Juggernauts will have triggered your red move that creates the green, should be loaded again from your 3 match and the aftershock, and you'll be in a position to join a bunch of greens together. Any on the board should be times 17. If it's not an attractive board, wait for turn 3 when all of the reds will be times 17 too, and then convert those into green. So we're going to try that. He did not send over trainers yet. I messaged him, but I'm doing this at an hour that maybe they're not available for. So I've got the same kind of basic trainer setup that I just used. I am keeping Goldberg in there for the moment. I just hold on to that comment that if you have Goldberg, he's going to be the best ever. So I want to try it and see. And if not, I'll admit defeat. And then I've got your double MP trainers. So I've got green and red starting loaded that way. And I've got Zombie Ray to add more gems green. So I'm making 9. So let's see if this is close to what Phil has in mind. If not, I'm sure Phil will watch this video and say, actually, you should have done it this way, dude. He asked if I could hop on a call with him. It just didn't work out today. But anyway, we'll give him a chance to redeem if I do this wrong, that this could still work out. But let's see how it does. All right, all of my moves are loaded, which is fantastic. 4 charge, 6 charge, and 7 charge, so I did need the trainers. So I'm going to throw out 3 Juggernaut gems, and keep in mind that I am going to be matching some greens, creating a, not a cascade, but a 3 match and a 5 match. So I need the 3 to go off right away, so maybe put that here. There's a couple good places. Oh, that would mess me up. It's actually a pretty decent board, but no, let me clear that, because that's gonna, it's a pretty decent board, except for the fact that it will cascade multiple places when I do this. So if I create my 3 match there, I can't do that, I can't do that. Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna put this on top. Well, except for that's gonna drop down. See, this is where I get a little tricksy hobbitses here. If these were together or these weren't here, I'd be fine. Let's see, and I'm going to drop the middle, so I have to do it vertically if I do this route. Okay, so if I set this up this way, only problem is that is going to create... Okay, so let me do that. And then I create that as my 3 match. Let me just see if I didn't just screw this up horribly. Ay. I did. I screwed it up horribly. Okay, fine. So, well, poop. Let me swipe here. Yeah. Well, it's still going to get the point across because the Juggernaut gems are still there. So life's still good. Except for the swipe was what he was going for. So if I were to swipe here without cascading, Okay, so this is what we would have had if I had been able to play that board well. They're times 7, just like he said. Everything reloaded, just like he said. So then, boom, those are now times 17. We can throw back out some more juggernauts just to have them anyway, in case we need them. We'll do that. And then we're going to try and match some green gems, and the aftershock should get some reds back if we do it right. Or even better, like if I can create a row break, like somewhere that's going to get these reds, like maybe if I go 1, 2, 3, 4 there, that'll clear that red, so that's going to load out. And then just try and connect as many of these into green as I can. Let's see what that does. Let's see what it does. Boom, everything's reloaded. 4.5 million. So Phil, you might still have to show me the ropes on that, because that's not quite as strong as what we just saw from the other one, but I also had some board issues. So let's keep trying for a sec here, right? We just made some greens. There we go, just made some reds. Let's buff them. Bam, great. And then let's do the cycle over again. And now at the bottom, we've got a 27. I do like to see that. I like it. I like it. And then we make some more greens here. We're going to match the 17 to the 27, like so. And then same thing here, here, here. And I can't get down to that one. So we'll just do that. All right, let's see what this does. Bam, bam, bam. 5, so that'd be 10 million at 6 silver. It's not bad. It's definitely not near the garbage that I was doing with this. So you just have to kind of know how to run Gunther, right? That's the trick to him. He's got a little bit different style about him, and it takes a little more getting around to make it happen, I guess. So that's 2 move sets now. What do you think? Do you have another way that you run him? Let me know in the comments section here. With Stride's moveset, if we were doing 20 to 30 million like he was doing turn 1, cycle 1, let's just say, then yeah, Gunther's in the conversation and is phenomenal. And like I've said, trap gems, or I'm sorry, not trap gems, multiply gems for boss battles, he could potentially be the king of these. Both of what they did was definitely better than mine. At 6 silver would be hitting in the 10 to 20 plus million range, which is very, very decent. I don't have the all heart plate, which would have made the first one sing, and the second one, I kind of ran through it. And, like you said, you just need to run it a few times and get used to it. So I think as I build with that, I'll see more. So that's it for this video here. Can Gunther be salvaged? Tech Gunther? Well, yeah, it seems like he can be. However, where does he fit in the tech scene? So with my zombie Dominic that I now need to move the belt back over to because... yeah, I can't not have that on Zombie Dom. With Zombie Dominic, with just a basic triple yellow moveset right here, I am easily hitting 30 plus million. If the board is bad and they eat up all of my stuff, then yes, that does affect him. That is his fatal flaw. And of course, if you get pinned when your countdowns go off, then not only can it mess up your whole moveset, but could actually hit so hard it does negative damage, and you can end up screwing yourself out of a win that way. So yes, he has some fatal flaws. But the upside, that 30 million, that 20 plus million is so easy to hit. They keep subbed. It's a really good move set that way. So Gunther versus Zombie Dom, I think I'm still choosing Zombie Dom for the moment. But I want to be convinced otherwise. I want to believe, children of the 90s. I want to believe. Other technicians that I would say for comparison's sake real quick, it's no secret that I think that Neidhart Hall of Fame is the best, not only technician in the game, not only Hall of Fame in the game, I think he might be up there with the best characters in the game. I am very, very easily hitting 40 plus million with very little effort. Move damage, of course, and it's very hard for it to go wrong. So Gunther's, it looks like I kind of have to set some things up for it to go right. With Neidhart, it's very hard for it to go wrong. Plus that Hall of Fame link for Showdown, it just makes him a nightmare to deal with. Any other techs? Gunther or X-Pac? I definitely say Gunther, I think, would be better there. And then versus Triple H. That's an interesting one, because even though the move damage meta has passed by DX Triple H, if you've got a few things for him, he is still very, very useful. Really, all I do is put the Faces of Foley on him. I have some move damage, plus I've only got 150% black move damage. I could actually buff that up quite a lot more still. And they just bumped up, as of the Mick Foley Hall of Fame event that's going on right now, the move damage coaches for another 15 to 20%. So that's another bump to him. I know his damage output isn't what the current move damage guys are doing, but he still hangs very well. I would not sleep on DX Army Triple H. He is phenomenal. So him versus Gunther, I don't know. That's kind of a, I need to play with Gunther more and kind of see. I'm still working out the kinks, so to speak. Any other techs I've got up here? Gunther's better than that Bret Hart. I think easy. Obviously better than old Hall of Fame Eddie and Sheik. Cowboy Bob, that would be another good one. Obviously different class. I keep saying obviously very annoyingly. Sorry about that. Different class, different era. Focused though. And if you know Bob, you know that he is phenomenal. I actually like this moveset better than his Triple Green. Triple Green's very situational. It's against powerhouses. But in Feud, all you got to do is go, oh, there's their powerhouse. Guess who I'm using? And he's amazing, right? He can hit so hard, it is insane. This moveset, though, is so control. And you put him in your Feud lineup or your Showdown lineup, and the other person's just annoyed. Because as long as he gets an inch, he will take a mile and a half. Kind of like the character in real life, right? So you've got your Juggernaut gems, you've got your stun, and you've got subs. And if he gets you into a loop with those, you're in trouble. And obviously, if you are playing him offensively, you can control it. So do I like Bob or Gunther better? Right now, I like Cowboy Bob better. And by the way, this guy was free. So there is that. No others come to mind, but of course, when you're looking at, there are 500 and something characters in the game, you start going, brain soup, right? Snoop, Gunther's better than Hall of Fame Snoop. That's an easy one. Definitely better than Tech Jimmy, and then none of the rest of these guys are 6 stars. So your Tech Lex, I think Gunther's better than Tech Lex. The big question for me, though, is which of Imperium is better? Which of the Imperium guys is better? So as of right now, I have Giovanni Vinci at 5-star gold. I did the little fuse thing with him, as you do, and got him 5-star gold. Also, why can't I find Gunther? There he is, 26K on the dot, as close as possible. So, Giovanni, it's been, 6-7 weeks that we've been official CCs now, which is crazy, and Giovanni was my first preview. Now, as such, that means that I have a little brain soup going on with that. You start to do so many previews that you do them so quickly that you forget, and oftentimes I have to go back to our own videos to try and remember what I did with a character by the time I get them. But Giovanni at 5 silver with the triple green was easily hitting 3 million. I get that that's not the 10 to 20 million that Gunther was doing right there. However, that's 5 silver versus 6 bronze. Plus, Giovanni's more power move set was his triple yellow. I don't have Giovanni 6-star yet, ironically because I took Gunther up. But when I get him there, I'll compare him. And then Ludwig. Ludwig is your free character, and he is hitting some insane damage. Black move set with or without the leech. You can either do the buff or the leech. I prefer the buff, but you can also do leech where he heals himself up pretty significantly every time. So as of right now, I'm not yet ready to call this. I want to circle back, but first I want to get your thoughts. Am I running Gunther wrong? Phil, let me know if I did you a disservice by making this video before I got to see how your gameplay worked, and maybe we can remedy that in a future installment. But in the comments section, let me know, who do you think is the best of the Gunther and Ludwig and Giovanni triad there? Who of Imperium is actually the ring general in this game? Is it Giovanni? Does he hit harder? Is it Ludwig? Is the free character actually better than not only a chase, but a pay-to-play character? I don't know. Let me know in the comments section. And then like, share, and subscribe to Champions Chat, and we'll keep figuring out some things like this together. But for right now, the question, can Gunther be salvaged? The answer is yes, but it's a little tricky. I'll see you next time. Bye.